Save the princess. Game about lesbians. I'm sold. I'm already there. Alright, let's save the princess. Let's see what happens if we save the princess. A lesbian knight who sets out to save a princess. Done. Sold. Let's do it. Alright. Is it happening? Yes. Your name is Lady Elora of Fendria. Alright, fuck that. Lady L. In order to prove your mettle as a knight, you have been given a quest. Thank you. Let's quest. Born to an aristocratic family, you were destined for a life of idleness. However, even from a young age, you always admired the knights. Well, one knight in particular. After years of arguing with your parents and training in secret, they eventually relented. Now, after years of serving other knights as a page, you are finally a knight yourself. So, who's this one knight in particular? Lady Etheldra. Lady Ethel was one of the first female knights paving the way for young women like yourself. You've always admired her grace and fighting style. At least that's what you would say if pressed. In reality, you just like to watch her in the sparring ring. I'm a pervert. She's beautiful, though much older than you. But that's something you've always kept to yourself, and it has nothing to do with your mission. I am a pervert. Okay, so this is only going to go downhill from here. Yeah. In a surprising decision, the king himself has sent you, a newly honored knight, on a quest to save his only daughter. Ah, fuck, whatever your name is, Princess T. The princess was captured by a terrible dragon a fortnight ago. No knight has yet come back from the journey to find her. You suspect the king sent you out of desperation. Still, you are excited to be sent on an important quest, and have figured out several ways you can go about this. You can ask around about the dragon to see if any of the nearby villagers know anything. You can travel to the mountains in search of the beast's lair, or you can rely on your skills of tracking to find the dragon. We're gonna ask the townsfolk. Of course, being in a hurry, you only have time to ask one person. Looking around you, you see a peasant and a mage. A little farther down the path, you can also see what appears to be another knight. Why would I ask a peasant? Why would I do that? They don't know shit. They can't even read. You attempt to initiate conversation with the wizard. Well, he begins, unprompted. I can tell you that it appears to be a migrating dragon. Based on the color and pattern of its scales, I'd say it's quite young to probably heading north for the winter. Nothing to worry about. Really, I'd say we were lucky to see him at all this time of year. He keeps going on like this. You back away towards the path. He doesn't seem to notice. So that was a bust. Having gathered all the information you could, you decide to follow the dragon's path. I'm done. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm gonna die. The path leading to the mountain is well traveled. It currently has dragon prints pressed into the soil. Following it leads you up to the mountain, until you reach a fork in the path. Both options look largely the same to you, so it's up in the air whether you go left or go right. Except this is a choice-based adventure, so it definitely matters whether I go left or right. It definitely matters. I'm going left, I don't know. Following the path to the left, you eventually come across the mouth of a large cave. If the unusual heat is anything to go by, this is the lair of the dragon. And I have no choice, we're going in. Buckle up, let's go. Before you go in there, you decide you have to mentally prepare yourself. If you're being completely honest with yourself, you've been avoiding the elephant in the room. You know the princess. Know her? Of course you've met her before, being a member of the royal court, but you know her better than most knights. In all actuality, you sort of dated. While you dreamt of being a knight, Princess T dreamt of being anything but a princess. A lesbian? Okay. She called herself Tiffany. Okay, Tiffany. And while you wandered around playing the hero, she played the commoner. Tiffany. You were fast friends as children, of course. You didn't know who she was back then, but you had your suspicions. Tiffany lied to me. She pretended to be somebody else. Oh God. She ran off without explanation and she always seemed very busy. Still, you decided to let her have this one secret. We had a fucked up relationship. You remained friends as you grew up, but it wasn't until you reached courting age that things really started to change. Please, please no. Oh jeez, oh God. You realized about the age of 13 that you cared for Tiffany more than a friend. But it was at 14 that you realized she also cared for you. It's young. It's a little young. I mean, all in all, your relationship didn't change much. You still did the same things, played the same games, but it seemed deeper somehow. You were closer than before. Of course, that all ended when you found out who Tiffany really was, because she lied to me. You haven't seen Tiffany in 4 years, and at the moment, the prospect of seeing her again scares you more than the thought of seeing the dragon. Was she gonna burn me alive? Does she possess the power to crush all my bones? Why am I more scared of a girl I liked when I was 13 than a giant fantasy monster? Lesbians. You've wasted enough time, I know. Taking a deep breath, you draw your sword and prepare yourself for whatever's in there. I know what's in there. It's fiery death and my ex-girlfriend. All right, you step into the cave. The cave is thankfully lit by a fire somewhere near the back. Looking around you, you see a green dragon sleeping in the corner, countless stacks of books, and tea. Oh no. Oh God, I don't want this. I'm here to save you? You whisper as you get closer to the princess, mindful of the sleeping dragon behind you. Don't wake Daddy. Daddy don't like this. Oh God. Daddy don't like lesbians in his bedroom. The princess seems startled to hear your voice and turns from the fire. A range of emotions pass over her face. Surprise, confusion, joy, irritation. She only speaks once her expression has been schooled into something more neutral. I'm perfectly fine. You raise an eyebrow. Fine? You were kidnapped by a dragon. You don't want to be here. I really don't want to be here. You can't talk to her. You feel your skin crawl. Anything but this, you think. I think demon dating would have been a better choice. But hey, you'd rather fight the dragon right now than confront her. She doesn't seem to notice your hesitation, just like she didn't notice that she was lying to you and ruining your relationship. Huh. He didn't kidnap me, T explained. He helped me escape. I'm supposed to be married tomorrow, married to a prince. Her face is expressive again. She is very clearly upset. You can understand the feeling. I convinced the dragon to take me here in exchange for books from the castle library. She stops. You can understand the feeling. You were, what, gonna hide here? Wait for the kingdom to think the dragon ate you? You can't run from your problems, T. You are hit by the sudden realization that this was a bad idea. You shouldn't have talked to her. You shouldn't have come here. You shouldn't have become a knight. Holy shit. Wow. Alright, so do I lecture her? No. We'll talk to her. I don't know. I know, she says, dejected. She crumples. We can figure something else out. I promise. You were willing to risk being eaten by a dragon to avoid this marriage. We can convince your parents it's a bad idea. Depends on the parents. But we have to go back, T. You're sure her parents will understand. They'll be so happy to have her back alive. They'll postpone the wedding. I'm stupid. I'm making all the wrong choices. Oh no. They don't. She agrees to go back with you, even though you personally make the case to her parents. They won't listen. They set the marriage for the day after. And you have to do something. Like what? You can only think of one way to stop this. Run. Run away and never return. Run away from your problems. You can't let this happen. You can't have a hand in forcing her into this. Well, no, it's the parents who are forcing her, but okay. You wait until that night to break her out. After the king and queen learn of what happened, she was ordered locked into her room, but really, it isn't that hard. You tell the guards it's time to change shifts. They believe you. You're a knight. Of course they believe you. As it turns out, the door isn't locked. It turns open in your hand, creaking. Oh, please let her be the actual dragon. Tiffany turns around. You don't have much time to get her out of there. You hold out your hand. Tiffany? She takes your hand, understanding the need for silence. She looks confused, as if she didn't expect you to rescue her. What is our relationship right now? In the end, you make it out. You've planned ahead. You take the route that's free of guards, and just like that, you're out of the castle. You can tell Tiffany wants to talk. Well, lesbians, yeah. You know deep down that you need to, but for now, you take a moment to enjoy freedom. How? How am I? The end? The end. That's what I get. Shit. Being a lady knight ain't as good as I thought. Really. Alright, the end. Bye. Bye-bye. That was, what's this game called? How do I go back?